That boy look like yo, twinsies.
Angel Knot.
Salutations to the nations. What's good, Angel Knots? It's your boy Young Sinai. Okay, so today we gonna be watching a video about 5 forgotten TV shows. This is about 5 forgotten TV shows that were like the Power Rangers, and it is by Good Bad Flicks. I like that name. All right, so make sure y'all go check them out. The link for the video will be in the description.
So naturally, when the Power Rangers came out, it was a ratings bonanza. So naturally, along came the ripoffs. Here's 5 Power Ranger ripoffs or Ranger exploitation shows you may have missed or forgotten about.
Let me know in the comments, have y'all seen any of these?
Big Bad Beetleborgs. Big Bad Beetleborgs was made by Saban and followed the blueprint
That looks kind of familiar.
that made the Power Rangers a thing. They took a pre-existing Japanese show, Juku B Fighter, from the Metal Hero Tokusatsu series, removed the Japanese segments, and inserted new segments filmed for the American audience. The big difference was that here, the American segments were younger kids instead of teenagers. The show is about 3 average kids, Andrew, Joe, and Roland. They go on a dare into a haunted house and accidentally release Flabber, who is totally not supposed to be Elvis. Dare I say he's more Tort Elvis. Anyway, Flabber rewards the kids for releasing him by granting them one wish. Their wish is to become their favorite comic book hero.
Yo, that dude look creepy as a mug. And I do remember this show.
The the Beetleborgs. The wish ends up being a little bit of a monkey's paw, as it also brings the Beetleborgs' enemies to life. So every episode, the Beetleborgs have to battle the evil forces of Vexor. The show follows pretty much the same format as the Power Rangers, only it's aimed more towards kids than teenagers. Beetleborgs was way more silly and leaned heavily into the comedy instead of the drama. The series had to make a lot of changes for Season 2 since Season 1 was based on Juku B Fighter, and now Season 2 was based on B Fighter Kabuto, which takes place 5 years later. In the original Japanese version, the cast were supposed to be in their 20s. In the US version, they were kids. Then in B Fighter Season 2, they are the new generation, which are a 17, 18, and 22-year-old. In the US version, it's the same characters, just slightly older. Season 2 of
This is all kind of mixed up.
Big Bad Beetleborgs changed its name in the US to Beetleborgs Metallics.
How long was this show on? Because I feel like I've seen it, but I feel like I've only seen one episode that sticks out in my memory. I feel like I've seen one episode of this, but I feel like I've seen tons of episodes of this at the exact same time. I know that makes no sense. It's just like in my subconscious, like you've seen lots of these.
The show premiered in the US on September 7th, 1996 on Fox Kids. The series was doing well, but had to end because the series where it was taken from, Juku B Fighter, was canceled. The last episode aired on March 2nd, 1990.
See, that sucks when you base your whole show around something where you getting all the footage, and then you run out of the footage. The well runs dry. It's like, well, we ain't finna shoot this stuff. What the heck?
It ran for 2 seasons with 88 episodes. The series made its way to DVD from Shout Factory, who had been restoring and releasing both the Power Rangers and Super Sentai. The show isn't available for streaming, but it is available video on demand on Amazon. It's also on YouTube. On a complete side note, a lady I used to work with called this show Bug Buggy Bug Bugs,
Yeah,
which always stayed with me for some reason. WMAC Masters.
that's a much better name.
This is one that I was completely wrong about. I had heard of the show, but always thought it was one of the new wrestling companies like WCW, TNA, and NWO. Well, to my surprise, it was really a martial arts Power Rangers style show directed by badass Isaac Florentine and presented by Bruce Lee's daughter Shannon. The acronym stands for
That's dope.
World Martial Arts Council, and it's kind of like Mortal Kombat meets the Power Rangers. Even have
that's
health
tight.
bars on screen during the fights. The show is about the WMAC, where the best fighters in the
I've never heard of this show in my entire life.
world compete. They're fighting for the ultimate prize, the Dragon Star. The star
I thought I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was to say they're fighting for the ultimate prize, the Dragon Zord. I was like, yo, they fighting for the Dragon Zord? That's nuts.
doesn't give you any powers. It just shows you're the greatest fighter in the world. The show premiered on September 16th, 1995 in first-run syndication. While the show was structured like a competition, it was all scripted, and the fights were choreographed. The fighters were indeed skilled martial artists, which made the fights highly enjoyable. I was shocked to find out this was one of the most expensive TV series of all time.
Wow.
The full
Hey, did y'all see Fake Kano right there? Let me run back Fake Kano.
It was all scripted, and the fights were choreographed. The fighters were indeed skilled martial artists, which made the fights highly enjoyable. I was shocked to find out this was one of the most
Fake Kano.
expensive TV series.
Right there. That boy got a that boy got a GoPro on his eye. He looking like this. Hold up. That boy looking like yo, twinsies.
Of all time. The full show
I highly doubt that was one of the most expensive shows of all time, and I just showed you the costumes.
in total cost $5.5 million.
Heck no,
That's
no,
over
it didn't.
$211,000 per episode. That's an insane amount of money for this sort of show. It was created and produced by 4Kids Productions, along with Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment, who were the co-producers of Saban's Power Rangers franchise. This series ran for 2 seasons with 26 episodes. The last episode aired sometime in 1997. For some reason, the show wasn't immediately put into reruns after its cancellation, and it didn't reappear on TV until 2002, when it was on the 4Kids Saturday morning TV block. It was on the CW's streaming service until 2012, when 4Kids...
Did you ever see this show? I've never heard of this show, never seen this show. It looks okay.
went bankrupt. 6 of the episodes were released on VHS, but not the full series. The show was not released on DVD. WMAC...
Am I missing something? Did I see when they got their fake Power Ranger suit on? Was that the GoPro part? I'm trying to see how this is like a ripoff of Power Rangers and not just a ripoff of Mortal Kombat.
Masters is not available for streaming, but both seasons are on YouTube. Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from
Whoa.
Beverly Hills.
That's not the name. That's not the name. That's the straight name. That's the name. Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. Whoa, that is a long name. Is that as long as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's only 4 words. Tattooed Teenage. They just got to throw teenage in there. Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. That is 7 words. Is that right? Because y'all will be correcting me in the comments. Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. Yo, that is a long title.
Here's where they really go off the deep end towards Silly Town. Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills seemed to be merging a few things at once. It was a combination of the Power Rangers and the hit show Beverly Hills 90210. The show was about 4 unlikely high school friends living in Beverly Hills. After accidentally opening a portal to another dimension, the kids discover they've been selected to fight off the evil Emperor Gorgonus. He wants to conquer the planet because Earth is where the power portals converge, and if he rules the Earth...
Why they tattooed if they teenagers? Where are their parents at? Don't you got to get a parent's approval to get tattoos?
It'll make...
Maybe they're teenagers like they're 18. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he'll answer. Let's see.
It easier for him to rule the galaxy. The teens are given tattoos by the giant blob
Yeah, see, I told you you're gonna answer. That'd be my ADHD kicking in, man.
Nimbar, who is this series' version of Zordon. They can then transform into completely different people, so they can battle the monster.
Oh no, you couldn't pay me enough to wear what they just had on. Let's hold on. Ooh.
Converge, and if he rules the Earth, it'll make it easier for him to rule the galaxy. The teens are given tattoos by the giant blob Nimbar, who is this series' version of Zordon. They can then
Oh my gosh.
transform into completely different.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you something. If you want to make a show that's appealing to kids, number one, it has to have cool costumes. Okay? That is rule number one. If we can't get past rule number one, don't even air the show. Because ain't nobody trying to look like none of these people.
People, so they can battle the monster of the week. The show premiered on October 3rd.
Oh my gosh, these outfits are horrible. Oh my gosh.
1994 on USA Network during their Cartoon Express block, even though it wasn't a cartoon. The show was produced by Deke, who handled many a kid's show back in the day, like Inspector Gadget and Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. This is one of the
I guess having 1 out of 3 successful shows isn't too bad. You know, Inspector Gadget, they can keep that Hulk Hogan show, and they can keep this show because these both look trash.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
more blatant Power Ranger ripoffs. The kids are doing teenager stuff, bad guys plotting. They have to use their powers to fight off some underlings. The bad guy then sends a big monster to destroy something in the middle of nowhere, and the kids merge to form the Ultimate Galactic Sentinel Nitron to fight off the monster. They even have a coffee shop where they meet most of the episodes. That's reminiscent of the Power Rangers juice bar.
That might look more like Friends.
Sci-Fi Wire called it the room of Power Ranger copycats, which is fairly on point. It's incredibly silly, but they do it serious, which in turn makes it even more silly. The show lasted for one season with 40 episodes.
40
The last
episodes?
episode aired on April 14th, 1995. In 2013, the series was released on DVD. Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills is not available for streaming. It is on YouTube. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Oh, if them mug on YouTube, we go check them mug out for real. Now this I remember.
Another show with a long name. Although it was originally going to be called Power Boy. Oddly, they had to change the name so it wouldn't be confused with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad sounds more like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers than Power Boy, but what do I know? Superhuman Samurai
Yo, this show was hard. I remember this.
Cyber Squad was produced by Saburiawa Pro, Ultracom, and Deke.
I never looked at this as a fake Power Ranger show, though. I just looked at it as something totally different. But yeah, this show was dope.
It's about Sam, played by Matthew Lawrence, the leader of a band called Team Samurai. Sam gets electrocuted and disappears, only to return with a weird thing on his arm that allows him to go into the internet. He discovers there's digital monsters called megaviruses, and so
Yo, so low key, this mug is Mega Man. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
and his bandmates have to go into the digital realm as Team Samurai and fight them. The show premiered on September 12th, 1994 in first-run syndication. Much like the Power Rangers, the show took an existing series from Japan, Gridman the Hyper Agent, removed the Japanese segments, and inserted new ones with
Mega Man Battle Network. That's what it is.
Americans. While the show is obviously another attempt to cash in on the Power Rangers' success, it was at least trying to do something different. At the time, thanks to more people getting onto the internet, cyberspace was a unique new thing. So, taking the idea of teenagers turning into cyborgs fighting viruses on the internet, it was an interesting concept. Although, since this
I don't even remember that being a concept. I just remember the show being dope. I don't think I understood what the heck it was about.
was still the days of dial-up, they had to use a phone to get online. As such, computer manufacturers Compaq made a deal with the company to have their computers in the series as product placement. Beyond that, Compaq computers were used to generate the computer effects for the series. The show also has the always awesome Tim Curry doing the voice of Kilocon. The original series ran for 39 episodes. However, the US version was able to stretch that out into 53. Although with Gridman being canceled, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad also had to end. The show ran for one season with 50.
We seeing a reoccurring theme here. You know what I'm saying? They borrowing these footage from Japan. Then the show is out. And now they show is out.
53 episodes. The last one aired on April 11th, 1995. One thing that did make this series different from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was that it remained faithful to the plot lines and character arcs of the original show. They didn't just wholesale change the thing. They kept it pretty similar, just having the series take place in the US. It's one of the few Ranger-sploitation shows that didn't just change the material they took from Japan. The original did have some anime spin-offs, SSSS Gridman and SSSS Dynazenon. The series was released on DVD back in 2013. The original series, Gridman the Hyper Agent, was released on Tirnanog. The Mystic Knights of Tirnanog was a fantasy-inspired Power Rangers knockoff.
Oh, heck
The idea for this was to do a
Is it Power Rangers in medieval times? Power Rangers fighting the Black Plague?
new series in the vein of the Power Rangers, but without repurposing an existing show. It was instead very loosely based on Irish mythology. Go Irish Rangers! It was developed by Saban for Fox Kids.
This more look like Power Rangers Lord of the Rings.
The show is about an evil queen. She wants to conquer the peaceful kingdom of Kells. So she joins with an evil fairy who gives her a mystical rune of great power. The queen uses the rune stone to summon monsters and...
I'm so glad I never saw this show as a kid, and I'm so glad I have fast forward to not have to look at it right now. Let's see what else we got.
makes them attack the people of Kells.
ICB. Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss? Let me rewind a little.
A different element. Water, fire, air, and earth.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
The series premiered on September 12th, 1998. As a way to save money, Saban reused some of the monsters from cheap. It's Battlefire. You could tell they had more money. The Mystic Knights of Tirnanog ended with one season and 50 episodes.
Boom.
Be in Germany on YouTube. See which one. You wouldn't believe how many Ranger exploitation.
All right, so let's see. That was good. That was good. Shout outs to Good Bad Flicks. Make sure y'all go and check out their channel, you know. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you. God bless and salutations to the nations. Peace.
Angel Knot.